Hello students, today you are having political science lecture. Yesterday we have discussed we have discussed about India's foreign policy and we see what was there in Article 51 of the Indian Constitution and we see some more objectives of Indian foreign policy. Now let us revise or discuss what we had done last time. Now see what we revised after getting independence in 1947, we started shaping our foreign policy independent. The directive principle of state policy have laid down guidance about how to frame our foreign policy. Prime Minister Pandit Nehru Prime Minister Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru shaped India's foreign policy in which he opposed colonialism. He took an internationalist position and gave priority to global peace and security. So we discuss that Prime Minister Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru shaped India's foreign policy in which he opposed colonialism and gave importance for global peace and security. Some countries of Asia, some countries of Asia and Africa which did not participate in any military pacts supported the concept of non-alignment. The fundamental principles of non-allegiance policy were peace and freedom. Then two wars took place between India and Pakistan over the Kashmir issue in 1947-48 and in 1965. In the third war that took place in 1971, East Pakistan broke apart and independent Bangladesh came into existence. Then South Asian Association for Regional Cooperation, that is SAARC, was established to increase cooperation among South Asian countries. India proved her nuclear capability by conducting nuclear tests in 1974. Now, we will discuss from here in your textbook. Come to page number 69. Now we will discuss first stage, that is from 1947 to 1990. India adopted the foreign policy of non-alignment in the context of the Cold War. In the context of the Cold War means what? There was a fright that war might take place, but actually the war did not take place. As a result, priority was given to maintaining friendly relations with all nations and to taking the help required for development from different countries. Now, as a result, what priority was given of maintaining friendly relations with all nations and required for development from different countries. Due to the policy of non-alignment, India could get aid from both the superpowers. So those countries which were superpowers, India could get help. There was a lot of stress on strengthening India's defense. So, lot of stress was given how to strengthen India's defense. And India's defense means what? Military, navy, all these are what? All these are India's defense. The technology required for this was imported. Soviet Union, France and Germany helped India in this manner. So Russia, France and Germany were helping India. In this period, India had to face some challenges. This included the conflict with Pakistan. What challenges were there? That India had a conflict with Pakistan, creation of Bangladesh, and conflict with China. India proved her nuclear capability by conducting nuclear tests in 1974. We have done in previous chapters that India proved her nuclear capability by conducting nuclear tests in 1974. Then, second stage. Second stage was 1991 till date. India's foreign policy became more comprehensive and dynamic. Dynamic means what? Kept on changing. In the second stage, in the post in the post Cold War period, the priority no longer remained to political and military relations. Several other dimensions like economy, trade, education, and technology got included in foreign policy. So, what got included in foreign policy are economy, are trade, education, and technology. After 1991, India reduced the government controls over the economy and adopted a free market policy. So what we adopted? We adopted a free market policy. Naturally, there was an increase in trade with neighboring countries. Our share in world trade increased. So, our share in world trade increased. Efforts began to be made to increase the rate of economic growth. So, we were trying to increase our economic growth by having a good relations with other countries. In the decade after 1990, our relations with South Asian countries like Singapore, Thailand, Vietnam, etc. became stronger. So these were the South Asian countries like Singapore, Thailand, and Vietnam. Our relations became stronger. Our trade exchange with Israel, Japan, China, and European Union increased. So our trade was exchanged with Israel, Japan, China, and European Union increased. India began to participate in organizations at the international and regional levels more than before. So India started participating in international and regional levels more than before. For example, G20 and BRICS. Now this BRICS stands for what? Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Af Africa. Our relations with America strengthened. So we had a good relation with American countries. Mutual trust grew. Okay, trust. We were having trust with America. India's status rose in the international community. So on the international level, India started getting more importance. India's nuclear policy is an important part of India's foreign policy, even India's nuclear policy. You must have studied the meaning of nuclear energy and uses in subject like history, geography, or chemistry. That is called nuclear energy. Having understood the importance of nuclear power, India undertook the nuclear energy program immediately after independence. So, after independence, India took an important role in nuclear energy, which was very important. For this, we established the Department of Atomic Energy and the Indian Atomic Energy Commission. So what was established? Department of Atomic Energy and Indian Atomic Energy Commission. The first chairman of Indian Atomic Energy Commission was Dr. Homi Bhabha. So who was the first chairman of Indian Atomic Energy Commission was Dr. Homi Bhabha. Even he was a scientist. Even through electricity generation was the main purpose behind the program. It also aimed at creating military capability. As a consequence of this, India conducted the first nuclear test in 1974. So, when was the first nuclear test conducted? In the year 1974. India built nuclear weapons and conducted nuclear tests in 1998. So, nuclear weapons were built. We have also made missiles carrying nuclear weapons, and Air Force and the Navy have been enabled for carrying them. So what we have also made missiles, missiles were made, nuclear weapons and Air Force. So all these things were done. India is now a country which has nuclear weapons. So today, India has got a modern nuclear weapons. We have accepted the role of a responsible nuclear power. India has been consistently supporting efforts for disarmament because it is India's position that there should be peace and security in the world. So, what was India's main objective? That there should be peace and security in the world. And students, when a war takes place, the the all peace and security of all the countries is totally disturbed. So what is important? Maintaining peace and security was important. Having taken a survey of foreign policy in this way, we are going to study India's defense system. So the next chapter, we are going to study about India's defense system. So students, hope so you have understood the lesson, India's foreign policy. Students, please read the lesson, and because any objective can be asked from this chapter. Thank you, students.